So we're here with our superstar, Miss Moonchild Sanelly, who just, by the way, shut down the stage last night at Global Citizen. The crowd was hype. People were dancing. So we're so happy to have you here today at Leading Vibe Initiative. This is now the 3rd edition, and coming to South Africa is such a special moment. And we want to know, being that you'll be on a speaker panels today and talking to these young women, what would you say would be the one piece of advice that maybe someone didn't give you when you were coming up in your career? If you had them all standing in front of you right now, what would you give them as advice, or just a little nugget of wisdom?
I would say do not be scared to ask about your money, because a lot of the times you'll find, especially when you're young and coming up, you'll find that managers emotionally manipulate you into not being able to ask them because they make you feel bad. And when you know your intention, you need clarity and all that jazz. So do not be shy to ask about your money. And if they're acting out, there's definitely something wrong there. And do not be afraid to move, because it's your life ultimately. And if you're stuck, you're already in prison. What's the point?
What are some tools maybe that young people nowadays can clue up on financial advice? So it's often something that we know isn't taught in schools. What's something that they can maybe teach themselves, maybe resources or something that you even use to find out that information of, okay, now that I'm an artist, or if I'm about to sign to a label, what are the financials, the terms that I need to know, the processes? What is a way that someone independently can get that knowledge?
We've got the internet, and on top of that we've got AI, because I find a lot of the times young artists in this day and age don't necessarily look at their paperwork when they've got the information and they've got the numbers on social media, meaning they've got internet, and therefore it's literally in your hands how you can Google, because that's literally how I found out after being stolen from when I was still upcoming. I empowered myself by literally doing my research on the internet. And when I started touring, I found out about fundings that weren't advertised, but because I was looking for that specific information, I found out I was seeking for and started touring without making any money while planting seeds. So you have to be intentional. Like, what is it that you want to protect yourself from? What is it that you want to be great at, and how do you protect it? The information is definitely on the internet. Fortunately, in this day and age, there's no real excuse for someone to just sign under desperation, and that only comes when you know your power, and it's just a matter of time.
Taking back that power for yourself. And last question, we know that you're bold looks, you're a fashion trendsetter. So for the young women here today especially, and just abroad, your fans, people in the broader zeitgeist that are maybe a little bit more shy as artists, say either they're not singer-songwriters, maybe they're behind the scenes, they're producing, they're DJs, so maybe those people that are a little more shy to step into their boldness, maybe it's, whether it's a fashion choice or just their sound, maybe trying, electro music, what would be the push that you would say that has helped you to step into your own creative identity that would help them?
Yeah, I think being delusional, like literally, it's a matter of just saying, screw everybody. They're gonna talk whether I'm dressed like a church girl. They're gonna talk whether I'm dressed like whatever. It's a matter of just like, screw them, because for you to be able to push what you're doing and believe in it, to be able to experiment and all that, it comes with self-belief. So it starts with you. And from a marketing point of view, everything has a selling point. If you're a super casual person, there's brand collaborations you can attach to your brand, but it's a consistency thing for people to attach you to whatever. So if you're the t-shirt and sneaker girl, you're gonna have cool ass t-shirts, and that aesthetic is literally gonna be your thing. So you don't have to be a Moonchild. You don't have to be whoever's taken. Your expression is enough. Be consistent in being intentional about branding it, because we're not the same.
Absolutely. Thank you for these nuggets of wisdom. I'm really hoping that the young women here today will take that and just also be able to follow along with you, So it's something that's very inspiring, and we'd like to thank you as well. And we'll be...
Please, experiment. What's the point of having the license of being an artist when you're going to stay in prison? That license is there for you to be able to create worlds. Be fearless and create that world.
Thank you so much. This has been so insightful. I appreciate it. And we look forward to keeping along with you and what's next and all the following. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
And you're super gorgeous. Thank you.